やる気のある兵士は大事ですよね。兵士については心当たりがあります。
まだ準備が必要なのか？いいだろう。準備できたら声をかけてくれ。
Scratch another task off our list while we're here, if we are so inclined.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
Could you come over here? There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy. Sir Baron's request is quite understandable. Materials such as this can be combined to craft things.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin, but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
It's no great shock to me.
You'll find the explosive casks by the village entrance. Use them to send those saurians.
This might be worth a read.
Sir Baron seeks a motivated soldier to inspire the other recruits. Do we not know of such a person? Leave this to me, Master. I'll bring you straight to the one you seek.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Very well. Speak with me.
Over here!
Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but ours is a party of women, by and large.
And I've no objections.
Was I too quick for you, Master? Don't worry, I shall wait for you right here.
Even from this distance, yon statue cuts a striking figure against the horizon.
Why don't we go take a look? You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there later.
Perhaps the Arisen has recalled some more pressing business. Fret not. I'm sure we'll come back to this eventually.
Halt!
Come to think of it, the private quarters of one Arisen I served had many a visitor, and rarely the same one.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Could you come over here? Sir Baron seeks a motivated soldier to inspire the other recruits. Do we not know of such a person? Ah, yes. I know just where to find this person. Follow me.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin, but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
I suppose 'tis so.
'Tis no more or less than what one might have expected.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Fancy a gander? I've fine goods for sale.
Beg pardon, sir, but I'm on duty at present.
I've got wares of every... ilk. Pleasure doing business with you.
Nothing caught your eye? Oh, that's a shame. Let's hope there's aught worth our coin next time.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
Alas, 'twould seem I've taken on too much.
If you've anything edible, I'll gladly lessen your burden.
I'd rather not draw steel if I can avoid it.
Not to rest my legs.
Well met.
Townsman. I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next. This is rather thrilling.
I've a different path in mind now, given our current location. Follow me, won't you? I've just remembered. There was another matter we were to attend to hereabouts. Was there not?
When the mind is split, the heart must lead. Oh, so I've learned.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
I say, we collect as much as we can carry.
As a matter of fact, one master I served was quite the carefree soul, shunning armor in all its forms. Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin, but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession to craft things for you in my spare time.
I'm proud to have served Arisen, and would gladly again.
If we share our strengths, we can begin formulating a strategy that caters to our respective skills.
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the Saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the Saurian's nest, and your task is done.
Now we are to throw a jar of poison. Be sure to handle it with care, Master.
Expertly thrown, Master. I'd wager those Saurians will think twice about nesting here again.
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
'Tis done. Sir Gregor wishes to speak with you, Master. Shall we go to him? If you wish to meet with this person, I would gladly lead the way.
Well, if you insist.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way. Good. Let us make for the capital. The Arisen is the lawful ruler of Vermund. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet, not all claims are true. Our kingdom sees many pretenders, and they are not dealt with lightly. Best hope you're not one of them. Regardless, you would do well not to invite my mistrust on our journey. Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I will make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate.
I'm ready for patrol.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
As your pack becomes heavier, so too does your step. Perchance you ought to let a few things go.
I will see to it that the law is upheld.
Good. Let us make for the camp.
Good morrow, everyone.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust.
It's about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say?
Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage must have weakened the earth here.
Master! Goblin!
You have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. I grant you roaring flame.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early Griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
Then I shall remain by your side.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Now, what might that be?
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
We can ill afford to wait. Our foe is not yet routed.
A result of power.
Know your limits.
These really are hidden in the most unlikely places, aren't they?
Our collection grows. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
What's this? We're trapped. Fie! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
A Cyclops. Pray, be on your guard.
May have the force of this warrior will be employed to our
Let us make use of these skills back. Catch our foes unawares.
Seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another Force Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this, as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision. Well now. The road's blocked. The cart can't get through like this. A powerful current ought to set this rock to crumbling, if we could summon one. Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. But for your own sake, I recommend you make your way to the capital sooner rather than later.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
They can be most convenient, though they only travel during the day.
I shall heal you at once. Halt, if you please.
What is it? Changed your mind? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
We're setting out. Jump on if you're paid.
That ladder looks promising, but we'll have to drop it down from above.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir. We've got goblin!
Suppose I'll handle this.
What is the meaning of this?
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one arisen. That arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
My head will roll if Dawkins arrives.
Makes me nervous.